Well, hello everybody. It is Sunday, and I'm gonna be making chicken pot pie for supper tonight. And so the main ingredient, chicken. I'm gonna make it with grilled chicken that I've put on the egg here. So I'll give you all a peek. I'm just slow grilling that, and then when it's finished, we'll be cubing that up to go into the pot pie. I'll be making the pot pie in the kitchen. First thing I'm going to do is start the vegetables a little bit. And this is just equal parts, about a cup and a half maybe, of onion. There's celery and carrots in there, and about 2 tablespoons of garlic. You can just do all this to taste. There's some kosher salt. And this is some black pepper. And then this is some thyme, just a little bit of oregano, and just a couple little sage leaves, all out of the garden, just chopped up real fine. Adds a nice, interesting flavor. Right now it's just a medium-low heat now. Alright, the vegetables are right to the point where we need them. The onions are just starting to get translucent, and the carrots have softened up just a little bit. So I'm going to transfer them over to this burner to my left, and I'm going to make a gravy on this one to add to this. Okay, my pan's up to temperature. So I'm going to put in equal parts of canola oil. I'm going to let that heat up. And flour. That's, I think, 5 teaspoons of each. So now we're going to put our flour in. You can hear it sizzling. So now we're just going to start moving it around a little bit. As I said, all we want to do is take the raw, uncooked flavor out of this flour. Alright, that's looking about right. So here come 4 cups. You gotta be careful. Lively. There's 4 cups of stock, chicken stock. And now you just want to keep whisking, turn your heat up. You want to bring this to a boil, and that is when the roux will react with the chicken stock and start thickening. Alright, so it's come up to a boil now. You just whisk it a little bit. So the reaction that you wanted has already taken place. So now you can just move this down to a low simmer. I'm not going to season this at all because the vegetables have seasoning in it, and I combine the two. Then I'll test the seasonings and adjust if necessary. Alright, I've gotten everything combined. And just the slightest amount of simmer on that. I'm not going to let it simmer for too awful long because everything's basically cooked. We're just going to keep it warm. I'm going to cover it now, and I'm going to cut the chicken up, and I'll bring that over and add that in. Okay, I just cubed up that chicken. I'm going to add that in. Now it's a chicken pot pie. And I stole another bite too. It's really good. And let this start cooling while we roll out the pie crust and we get our oven preheated 375 for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes until the crust is brown. Now that's a spoon worth licking right there. Alright, we'll see you at the next step. Alright, I'm just getting ready to roll out the pie crust and get all that ready. But the last thing I'm going to add now is a package of frozen green peas. Just going to stir those in. Now these just have to warm through. So by the time that happens, we'll be ready to transfer this into our casserole and put the crust on top. Okay, I brought my dough out and let it warm up a little bit because that coconut oil turns as hard as wax when you refrigerate it. So I had to let it soften a little bit, and I rolled it out, and I used this as my gauge. Since this is the pan we're going to be making the pie in, so I'm getting ready to pick this up. I've got a lot of flour under this on the board. Alright, so I'm going to get that out of the way. I'm going to put the stew in here, and then we're going to be putting it in a 375 oven. I'll come back when I've got the stew in here.
That's a good looking pie.
Alright. I did some serious spoon licking when I put the stew in this. Yeah, there was a couple of spoonfuls left.
You know, it's good stuff.
Alright, so here we go. Let's hope this comes off this pin as easily as it went on. Alright, that should unroll now because it has a good coating of flour.
Is that a savory pie crust?
It is a savory pastry crust, yes. Now, what do you think I should do with the excess? You think I should trim it, or you think I should fold it over for that end crust?
Trim it.
You think I should really trim it?
Trim it and okay, trim it and do something with the trimmings. Like what?
I don't know. You're the one that said trim it. I was just gonna roll it up and fold it over for a.
Is that what you normally do?
Well, I don't normally make pot pies.
This is true.
So what I'm normally going to do, this is my normal.
Yeah, I think that's fine. That way it doesn't go to waste.
Well, yeah, and it gives you that little bit extra sopping crust.
This is what I'm thinking.
We're hungry, folks. If you can't tell.
Hungry for a yummy pot pie. Hey, Bubba.
Okay, so we're going to do this, and then, all important, you want to poke some vent holes in this thing. Initially, we're going to bake this for 25 minutes and then check it. And if it's done at that time, we're eating, and then maybe another 10 minutes. So we'll come back when we pop it out of the oven. Okay, it's time for the big reveal. There it is. And yeah, that crust is done. And we're going to serve some up and show you what it looks like. I have my little condiments here of my first red jalapeno pepper off the vines. Oh yeah. Let me get you some stew around that.
Yeah, some of the goodies.
That smells great.
That looks really good. I think you outdid yourself this time.
I've been wanting to make this for quite a while. I'm not going to be shy. I'm hungry.
Juicy.
People, I think this is going to be a very nice supper. We're going to throw some salt and pepper on this, and we're going to enjoy. So we want you to enjoy your supper, whatever it is you're having. This is Dale and Kim. There we are. We will see you after a while. Enjoy, folks.